These were the words of the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, highlighting the profound impact our mindset and character have on our lives. But in today's full of distractions world, it can be challenging to maintain a strong and resilient mindset, even for aspiring Stoics like you and me. Thousands of years ago, the Stoics discovered a transformative approach to life that can empower us, even in these crazy times we live in. I've read every book on Stoicism you can think of, and compiled their teachings into 3 simple principles. These powerful lessons laid the foundation for building an undefeatable character. But before we get there, you have to understand what happiness is, according to the Stoics. Stoicism focuses on personal ethics and virtues, teaching that the path to happiness lies in living a life of reason, discipline, and self-control. The Stoics believed that by aligning ourselves with the natural order of the universe, we could achieve a sense of inner peace and harmony that goes beyond happiness, which is an emotion and simply comes and goes. The Stoics called this state of being eudaimonia. They advised that by mastering our thoughts and emotions, we could become indestructible and better equipped to handle life's inevitable challenges. Stoicism is the only philosophy that its teachings are more relevant today than back then, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why. The good man, the wise man, the virtuous man, according to the Stoics, is the one who has mastered virtue. They considered virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation as essential traits that could help us navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. As Seneca wrote, virtue is nothing else than right reason, meaning to apply your reasoning faculty to what happens to you and choosing the right course of action. Of course, this is easier said than done, especially when life constantly presents you with powerful opponents to test your strength. But for the Stoics, it's a matter of starting now, keeping the promise you made to yourself for progress. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be, said Marcus Aurelius. Be one. They never spoke more than they should, but instead tried to apply immediately what they learned. In our modern world, this can translate into taking responsibility for our actions instead of having a victim mentality, treating others as we ourselves would like to be treated, interacting often with frustrating people to build patience, being kind for no reason, standing up for the weak, getting out of our comfort zone regularly and striving to be better every day no matter our circumstances. By consistently working on our virtues, we can gradually transform our character and become the person whose story fathers will tell their sons some decades from now. The rewards of a virtuous life, no regrets, deep satisfaction, and lasting happiness are all worth the effort. You don't have to be afraid anymore about the challenges that will present your way, because Stoicism offers you an antidote to chaos. It sounds weird, but if you were to tell a Stoic back then, "We have a problem," they wouldn't understand you. This is because Stoicism doesn't color situations as negative or positive. They believe that since our toughest moments are the greatest teachers, there's no reason to complain when we find ourselves in hard times. This seems contradictory to what most of us believe, because we don't like when life gets our way. But this is simply because our natural instinct wants our life to be safe and easy. It doesn't like growth and progress. The Stoics taught that we must resist this natural urge because no great man was created through sunshine and rainbows. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." By adopting this mindset, we can learn to view setbacks and challenges as opportunities to strengthen our character and resilience, all the while enjoying the progress. There are exactly 3 types of men out there based on how they handle their setbacks, and if you belong to the 3rd category, you're considered a Stoic. The first category views problems as failures and as a sign that something is wrong. These people have quit on their goals, are deep egoists, and only enjoy comfort in their lives. They have what we call a fixed mindset. They cannot possibly succeed unless they change dramatically. The second category doesn't really like problems, but has learned to accept them as a natural order of the universe. They have also probably read Marcus Aurelius' famous quote saying, "Life looks more like wrestling than dancing." They are aspiring Stoics but lack something the 3rd category has. The 3rd category not only doesn't care about facing problems, but even expects them and actively creates some for themselves, because they know that they will further improve and gain an unshakable spirit. For instance, If we lose our job, instead of dwelling on the loss, we can use the experience as an opportunity to reassess our career goals, start an online business to exit the 9-to-5 prison, learn new skills, and ultimately find a better, more fulfilling position. Similarly, if we face a personal setback such as the end of a relationship, we can choose to view it as a chance to grow emotionally, hit the gym more, and recreate ourselves through it. In our modern world where challenges and uncertainties are abundant, embracing adversity is not an option, but a must. And of course, the Stoics knew the later generations would have a more difficult time applying this principle, so they added another one to help us. It's the one trait all successful Stoics and millionaires have in common, although it might sound emotionless at first. Stoicism teaches that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. If that's true, then we should become neither overly depressed when something negative occurs, nor overly enthusiastic when a blessing comes our way. The Stoics called this principle detachment from externals, and it can greatly reduce the emotional impact external circumstances have on us. But how does this work exactly? The Stoics believed that by cultivating a sense of detachment, we can maintain our inner peace and avoid being swayed by the sudden losses or quick gains, which can lead us into a trap, thinking that our lives are either awful or amazing, when in reality, we decide what events mean to us. As Epictetus said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. In the context of our modern world, detachment can help us resist instant gratification and maintain our focus on long-term goals. For example, if we're working on a crucial project, practicing detachment from the feeling of boredom can help us stay focused and resist the urge to check our phones or get lost in irrelevant tasks. By training ourselves to detach from distractions and external pressures, we can develop the mental discipline needed to succeed in a world filled with endless demands on our attention. However, there's one more benefit to practicing detachment that helps us stay unfazed by life's blows. Let's say you like a girl you just met and really want to go out with her. Immediately, you've put yourself in a position of weakness because you have already invested too much emotion on the outcome. Instead, a Stoic approach to this would be to take a step back, understand you know nothing about this girl, and that even if you really like to go out with her, she might not be that interested, and the date will only happen in your head. I don't know about you, but this has happened dozens of times in my life, until I learned this principle and set myself free. It's one of these things the Stoics called indifferent, because it's out of our control. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. For example, the Stoics teach that you should judge the success of your work on the effort you put in, and not on the outcome of your external hopes. This mindset is what makes or breaks your success in life, business, and love. Without it, you can't know what to give or not to give a fuck about, and you risk ending up living life like an emotional roller coaster, going wherever your feelings take you. For example, while we can't control the global economy or political climate, we can control how we respond to these factors. We can choose to stay informed, make wise financial decisions, and advocate for positive change in our communities. This is just one habit all the successful Stoics share, but it's only a small part of the best 9 habits you can develop as a Stoic. Click this video to learn how you can use 8 more Stoics habits to your advantage, to become unstoppable and gain a disproportionate advantage over others.